Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up my juice little lights. Thank you little lights, you're delicious then. Right. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world, and that life is also treating you most wonderfully. Now then, so if you do enjoy the video today, if you could please click on the like and thank you. Now then, well, the sun is shining, so the sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. Okay, it is rather windy and it is rather chilly. So, believe it or not, we're towards the end of June, and well, now it's time for a jumper again. In our neck of the woods in the old UK, it may be different in other places. Now then, you're probably wondering, you know, why I'm waving these around. Now, I'm pretty sure, was it yesterday or the day before when I was mentioning these my delicious little babies. Now, I picked these when I was walking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday. Okay, well, both of my babies, my beautiful and delicious little Maisie, but she doesn't need walking, she can walk herself. Well, these are what I was talking about, my delicious little babies. Now, I don't know, for a lot of you, you know, when you were younger, that you would remember these. You know, I always say they look a little bit like the wheat. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I remember these from when I was like 9 or 10. And then, of course, you know, over the decades, well, they seem to, I suppose, unless you went into a real wild place, you know what I mean? You wouldn't even see them. In fact, for years I haven't seen these, and all of a sudden they've started to grow. And guess what? They seem to be flipping here, there, and flipping everywhere. And like I said, there's lots of different flowers and mushrooms, which of course, you know, I would not advise eating those mushrooms, my delicious little babies, unless you want to keep your life, okay? Because some of them can be rather poisonous, okay? So, you know, because some go out foraging, don't they, for, you know, for mushrooms and things, yes, but you got your ones who know what to choose and, you know, what not to choose. Okay, my delicious babies. But I just thought I'd mention it, you know, after all these decades, that, yes, that these should all be appearing, as well as all lots of different little flowers that we've never seen before for all these years anyway. Makes you wonder what's going on, doesn't it, my delicious little babies? Now then, thank you for any likes on my videos, you know, because I also, as you very well know, my delicious little babies, so those of you who have been so very kind, and thank you, God bless you, I love you so, for following me for this length of time. You know, you also know that I do readings as well, okay, my delicious little babies, so yes. So thank you to anybody who is so very kind to even, you know, click on the like. What's wrong with my face there? Don't know. Look there. Don't know what that is. It doesn't matter, Martin, babies. I don't know what it is. It just looks really odd. Oh, anyway, not to worry, Martin, babies. Okay, I can assure you I haven't done anything. Had a good night's sleep, actually. Yes, I did. I had a marvellous night's sleep. So yeah. Anyway, and I haven't received any more nasty messages, so that's a good thing, isn't it, Martin, babies? Yes. Anyway, so let's go into this then. So number one, we have the, what is it, the UK COVID, you know, COVID, the UK COVID-19 inquiry live stream, UK, okay? So if you could please just type into the old space bar, my delicious little babies, okay, please and thank you. All you need to do is just please type in, the uploader is UK COVID-19 inquiry. Okay, my delicious little babies, UK COVID-19, -19 inquiry, okay? This uploader has 3.53 thousand subscribers, and they're on YouTube, okay, my delicious little babies. Now, the video that you're looking for, this is the latest one, it seems, is should read the title, UK COVID-19 inquiry live stream. Okay, my delicious little babies. So, yes, sorry, sorry, please excuse me. Yes, we've been hearing quite a bit about this, haven't we? But it's just for those of you, my delicious little babies, if for whatever reason you have an interest, in wanting to follow this, which really everybody in the UK should be following this. Okay, my delicious little babies. What I find absolutely amazing, however, which I do, my delicious little babies, is, it's my neighbour up the road, God bless. Sorry, I do get distracted, my delicious little babies, just watching me on the camera, because he's been working, and that's, God bless him, not in that way, okay? But, every now and again, I do get my neighbours wave to me. Anyway, let me get back to the matter at hand. So, with this here, okay, what amazes me, well, it doesn't really, I do not even know why I even say that, do you know what I mean? But there doesn't seem to be an awful lot, in the seats. Do you know what I mean? It's like I said before, isn't it? If you're talking about ka-ching and things like that, you've got a full house, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? Whereas, if it's something like this, which for some they do not seem to think is very important in these places, well, they do not seem to have very many filling the old seats, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? But anyway, I'm sure that throughout this, we're going to be hearing more and more and more. Then you're going to probably have one, there we go, trying to blame someone else. You know how it goes, my delicious little babies. It's just like little bairns in a playground, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like if one does something and they do not want to get caught out or told off, then they'll say, I didn't do it, miss, somebody else did. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? So I'm sure that you're going to be hearing as this COVID inquiry is going to be continuing, it seems. Okay, my delicious little babies, and please God that something will be done about this. Now, I was listening in part of it, actually, right? So I haven't even listened to the rest of it. So what it was, my delicious little babies, I just wanted to bang out my video, to be quite honest with you, okay? Just get it, out to you all, okay? This woman there has been interviewed, yes? And, so it's to do with the old nursing and all this business, yes? And what was it she made a comment of so many minutes into this now, that, to do with the old masks, the old muzzles, yes? Well, masks, some can fit one birth race, but they do not fit everybody's birth race. So it's a bit like one size does not fit all. There we are. My delicious little babies. Yes, anyway, I mean, when you're listening to this, do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? You see, the way I see it is they're spending far too much time going around the houses, get to the flipping damn point of what's gone on here, my delicious little babies. Do you see? You see, why must it have taken, so I'm going to ask this question again, why must it have taken, there we are, all of these years, just to get to this point, for not everybody to fill the seats either, to put their flipping backsides on the seats, to listen? Do you see? You see, they're herping, my delicious little babies. This is how I see it now, my delicious little babies. I mean, others of you may disagree, but that's the beauty of life. I'm a woman with a view, and I'm going to have my view. There we go. Thank you, my beautiful little spirits in the house. But they're hoping, aren't they, that, it's like showing face, in somebody sure's face. Do you see what I mean? Like, oh, let's do an inquiry, there we are, like this, okay? And they're hoping that others are going to forget. Well, we're not going to forget. There we go. Thank you, my beautiful little spirit again, sir. We're not going to forget this. And we're not going to forget what the putrid have done to us. Do you see what I mean? Because when we look at it, yes, they were quite happy to lock us all down. They were quite happy to, let's just say, not have any regard for anybody's life. Do you see? They kept hospitals closed when others desperately needed the help, and God bless the beautiful dear little souls, passed away passed away at home. Do you see? So they did all of these things now. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes? This is exactly what they did. Do you see? And of course, we're still, even after, these, 3.5 years on, and we're still seeing the absolute awfulness of what has taken place. My delicious little babies, do you see? So, but I just wanted to put that out, okay? So it's on YouTube, UK COVID-19 inquiry. Okay, my delicious little babies, and it's just to keep for some of you, if you're not aware of this, because the old mainstream, and all that, they're not going to tell you, the old box in the corner of the room. Do you see what I mean? No, they do not want to tell you anything like this. You see what I mean? It's all shushy, shushy, hushy, hushy. Do you say, like, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? You see. So they try to keep all of these things, you see, because they do not want, there we go, before I even say it, others to have a voice. Do you see? Okay? But I'm hoping that by me, seeing this, that we can, get more to watch this. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my little babies? And just so you can follow it, okay? Please and thank you. Now then, the next one. Now this is another interesting one, because this one is police dog, okay? Well, this is a title. Police dog suddenly rushed to a suitcase. I don't know why they put an, it's a suitcase. Police dog suddenly rushed to a suitcase airport. Officials checked and were dumbfounded. So if you go onto YouTube, my delicious little babies, yes, please and thank you, and you was to type in incredible stories, my delicious little babies, okay? You type it into the old space bar, and then please and thank you, and then the title to the video that you're looking for, I think this, I forgot how many days ago now. Oh, flipping forgotten now. Oh, I'm sorry about that, my delicious little babies. Anyway, I should have wrote it down. Police dog suddenly rushed to a suitcase airport. Officials checked and were dumbfounded. Okay. Now, this uploader has 294,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies. Okay. 294,000 subscribers. Okay, my delicious little babies. So anyway, and what this is all about, and it, strangely enough, came up on my feed, my delicious little babies, do you see? Anyway, and it's only about 8 minutes long. I think it's 8 minutes, 1 second long. And this, oh, God bless the beautiful little police dog, looked like either a German Shepherd or an Alsatian. Anyway, and your man there, who you cannot see, not in that way, not in that way. Well, he was talking, showing the video and talking, And this police sniffer dog, okay, I do not like to call them little doggies. I like to call them our little sons or daughters, you know what I mean? Anyway, we kept sniffing this, like, large, which clearly was a suitcase, okay? Now, what happened was they thought, at the airport, they thought, that this may be, so this box then got taken to a different room. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. And they thought, the usual thing, either it could be, Well, you know, I say usual, you know, you never know, you know. Anyway, you know, whether it would be bombs or, you know, different things like this, yes. But anyway, this beautiful little sniffer little dog, yes. Well, you know, just really just didn't want to, do you know what I mean? Want to leave the room. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, so he was clearly, God bless, you know, trying his best to alert the, you know, the staff there. Do you know what I mean? That there's something else in this box. Anyway, it turns out, my delicious little babies, wait until I tell you this. Mind you, I've known about this for years, different things and how they smuggle animals, God bless, from one side of the world to another. So I'm very aware, my delicious, yes I am, I'm very aware of this and I have been for years, okay? And sometimes it's that upsetting, that disturbing, that I simply just do not want to watch it. So I'm just being honest with you, my delicious little babies. It really hurts my heart. Do you understand what I mean? So it's just too upsetting. But yes, this has been a long time going on for years. Okay, my delicious little babies. And then, of course, you know, sometimes, you know, when the beautiful little animals do get to the destination, very sadly, they're then treated even worse. There we are. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, it's just horrendous, okay? It's gone on a lot, actually, especially lions, tigers, monkeys. You know, this has been going on big time, long time. There we are. Do you see? My delicious little babies. I always say, seek and you shall find. So, you know, I'm sure if you dug deep into different platforms that you would find information. Do you know what I mean, my little babies? Or, you know, search engine of your choice. You know, I've already said what search engine I choose, but others may choose others. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? And then you just read up on things and you soon find out the truth. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes. Anyway, so it turns out there were three, oh, God bless the beautiful little hearts, three tiny baby little tiger cubs. And there was in sawdust, and it was, you know, it had feces and urine, and they were extremely weak. God bless the beautiful little hearts, okay? You do not see much of the pictures, if you know what I mean, okay? And this, when they traced it back to where this box, okay, had been flown from and to, okay, it was from Ukraine. My delicious little babies, Ukraine. Did you hear that well? My delicious little babies. And landed up in Lebanon, sorry. Or Lebanon, sorry. Yeah, in the main airport there. You say. Anyway, there's a happy ending to the story, my delicious little babies, yes. That they called in the, you know, animal protection and everything, and then the beautiful little baby cubs, they then got transferred, do you see what I mean, to a, you know, to the vets and then, you know, and everything. They kept the three little babies together. One was called, what were they called? One was called Maya, one was called Tanya, and what was the other one? Anyway, the point is they kept the little brothers and sisters together. It was a beautiful story. And so it had a beautiful happy ending, although it was so sad. I mean, imagine how long those beautiful little baby cubs would have been in that box for. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it had all holes and everything, but that's not the point, is it? I mean, how could nobody smell it? So that was a very valid point. I mean, I just read a few of the comments, not many, but there was a very valid point. Do you see what I mean? Well, to me, it would be common sense. You'd have to have a pretty good sense of smell. Do you know what I mean? But surely to goodness you should be able to, thank you, my beautiful little spirit, you should be able to smell, you know, if something's urinated or, you know, feces or something like this. Do you see what I mean? You should be able to smell that. But of course, well, I suppose not everybody has a good sense of smell, do they? God bless you. You know what I mean? Anyway. So the little beautiful little baby cubs, they made a beautiful recovery. Wasn't that wonderful, Madelish babies? So they were clearly got to in time, but that beautiful animal, a beautiful police dog, you know, there we are, you know, had such a caring, beautiful nature, you know, to make sure. So the little doggy knew that there was babies inside, little baby cubs. Do you see what I mean? Yes. Oh, how wonderful. Anyway, the beautiful little police doggy got you know, got a, you know, like a little medal or what he got, okay? I'm sure he got lots of treats as well, blessed, you know what I mean? And then the little babies then went to, you know, they're all kept together and they went and they were safe, do you see? And then rewinding back to the zoo that done this in Ukraine, well, whoever it was, well, they got arrested. Okay, Madelish little babies, so like I say. But you see, the thing is, we hear about this, we hear about that, we hear about the other, okay? But we do not hear so much in the way of, you know, like before, and that's where they've tried to, keep the old human trafficking and where others get kidnapped and all these other terrible, there we go, things that happen around the world, okay, in our country and around the world, okay? And we do not hear about this with the beautiful little animals either, do you say? So it's like everything is just one big flipping, massive flipping mask. Do you see, Mardelicious? There we are, little baby just trying to mask over everything. Do you see? So that's why we get all of these different distractions. It's like this morning I've been hearing more, you know, to do with this, to do with Russia and Prigozhin. But, you know, I just have my own feelings on all these things. Do you know what I mean, Mardelicious babies? You know, I just listen to videos and, you know, if I wish to comment, I will. If I do not wish to comment, I will not. Do you see what I mean? But I just see in between the lines of, there we are, the lines of things. Do you see what I mean? Yes? The thing is, it's all a case of like putting, there we are, putting things together, just like a puzzle. Do you see? So this is why you get all of these distractions. It's just like, I mean, I mentioned again, I mean, the sub, but then I'm not going to say nothing more about it. I'm not going to say anything more because, you know, just, I'm not going to be nasty, my delicious babies. It just drives me flipping crackers. Do you know what I mean? But you cannot find the bodies. Do you know what I mean? To this sub, this strange looking sub. Do you know what I mean? Yes? So one must ask themselves a question now. But like I said, all that you kept hearing, sub this, sub that, sub the other for flipping days. Do you say? But what it's doing, it's diverting attention, there we go, to other things that are going on. Like I said, a lot to do with the financial. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes? So this is what I'm saying, you see? Okay? So, but it's like I said before, just believe that everything's all sides of the same coin, if you get me. Now, finally, what I want to say is that, now this is also on YouTube, and then that'll be the end of my video, my delicious little babies, and thank you for taking so much time to even watch my video, okay? So this is on YouTube. If you could please just type into the old space bar, 2 as in the number 2, okay? Nasheki or Nasheki, okay? So I'll just spell that for you, my delicious little baby. So it's number 2, and then it's N for November, A for Apple, C for Charlie, H for Harry, E for Echo, K for kitten, I for indigo. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. 2, no. Oh, I don't know. No, checky. Oh, I don't know, my delicious little babies. I mean, there's all these different words, do you know what I mean? And it's just, pronounce it Nasheki. It could be, even though it's with a C, Sheki. Nasheki. It could be that. Okay, Martin babies. You know I'm not the flipping best at this. Do you know what I mean, Martin babies? Yes. Anyway, this uploader, okay, has not in that way, has 1.11 million subscribers on YouTube. Martin babies. Now, the title to the video that you're looking for, okay, Martin babies, should read South Africa President shouts to the world Africans aren't beggars. See, it's the way that these let me just repeat that. Sorry, Martin babies. I wrote it down correctly, but it's just, why aren't they doing full stop or commas? Anyway, I'm not moaning about the uploaders, okay? But it just sounds like, okay, I'm just going to explain to you what I mean by this, Martin babies, okay? So it's like me saying, I went to the shop and I went and bought a loaf of bread and then I went to the park and then I went to walk my dog. Right? It's like there's no pause anywhere. Do you see, Martin babies? That's what I mean by it. Anyway, but I'm not, having a go. It's just, to me, it just sounds like you're just reeling something off and there's no stopping. Do you see what I mean, Martin babies? I'll just repeat it again, okay? South Africa President shouts to the world Africans, aren't beggars, respect us now. See, again, it doesn't come across right to me. Do you see what I mean, Martin babies? Yes? South African President shouts to the world Africans aren't beggars. See, it's the way, I reckon it's the way it's worded. Do you see what I mean? Yes, I would have myself, so I'm not criticising, I'm just saying I would have worded it differently. So I would have probably put something like, South African President shouts to the world that Africans, so I would have put that in that space, that Africans aren't beggars, comma, respect us now. That's how I would have done it, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got to have a pause there, isn't it? You're not beggars, pause. Respect us now. Yes? Okay, full stop. Yes? Anyway, sorry, my delicious baby. It's just the way I see it. Because if you look at a comma, do you know what I mean? Yes? If you look at that, well, that's another way of saying and, isn't it? Do you see? That's just the way I've been taught anyway. Oh, well, some may say I got it wrong, or maybe I've missed something somewhere, but that's how I would have done that. That's me personally. So I'm not having a dig, not at all. I mean, the uploaders, and very clearly, because he shows his birth trace at the end, God bless, not in that way. But it's about where they like to have discussions, in the comments about it, to hear what others have got to say about it. Anyway, get to the point. So I wasn't criticising. It's just I would just have done things, I just would have worded it differently, if you know what I mean, Martin. That's all. I just would have put another word there, that's all. So it didn't sound like, South African President shouts to the world Africans aren't beggars, respect us now. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be a bit slower with what you're getting across, but obviously, God bless him, he has a very large following at 1.11 million. Do you know what I mean? God bless. What this is about, this is the South African president now. Now, it's not a long video, my delicious little baby, so I've just been rambled on, haven't I? Yes. Others, if you're super duper wonderful at English and everything, you know what I mean? You may say to yourself, well, I wouldn't have done what she said. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I'm explaining now about, the video. So you got the African president there, you got all other different, who are there, okay? I should assume, and everything from around the world. And one of them is Macron, Macron from, France, that little flipping twat, right? Anyway, but what this president's saying is that Africa are not beggars. He's also saying that there's a lot in certain parts of Africa, okay, who they do not have even electricity. And this is why I say that we're so blessed. Do you see what I mean? To have electricity and lights and things like this, do you see? Because in some other countries, they simply do not have these things, do you see? Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? So, you know, he's not asking for that. What he's asking for is that they're, you know, that they're treated as equals. Do you know what I mean? And that they're not there with the begging bowl and begging everybody. Do you see what I mean? I actually thought, this is just my opinion, my delicious little babies, okay? But I actually thought that his speech was interesting. That was my feelings on it, my delicious little babies, yes? So he was just expressing it, but the camera seemed to have been, you know, capturing, you know, that flipping Macron, yes, capturing his birth race. Do you see what I mean? Yes. And at one time, I think he had something in his mouth. You know what I mean? Like chewing something or something, I don't know. Anyway, but it was interesting to listen to, my delicious little babies, yes? So what your man there was asking for was like, you know, for more, you know, in African parts, yes, to be able to have, you know, electric, you know, what he was saying is they have things in Africa, they have, but what it is, they're not treated, and the way it come across to me anyway, is that he does not feel as if, you know, in Africa, you know, that they've been treated. He even mentioned about the vaccines. You see, and what this African president was saying is that they wanted to do their own vaccines. And then there was all this, you know, sort of to do with that humdinger, to do with that. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. But it was very interesting to listen to. You need to listen to it, my delicious little babies. Now, for the others who are into geopolitics and everything like that, right, you've probably done listening to this a long time. Do you know what I mean? But for other delicious little babies, that they would not know. Do you know what I mean? Unless some are specifically, God bless them, could be any nationality who are following these things, do you see? But I just feel that this is interesting to listen to. But like I said before, and I say it again, I just believe, even if you get so I'll tick you off and I'm going to close my book, even if you get, sorry, my little babies, sorry about that, even if you get, you know, like a leader who wants to do something super duper wonderful, well, as I've always clearly seen it, my delicious babies, they just do not seem to get very far. Yeah, thank you, my beautiful little spirit. They just do not seem to get very far. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is you can have somebody who goes in with the best of intentions. Do you know what I mean? And there we are, because I am getting it. So over the decades, there has been some, but then by the time it ends up, do you know what I mean? They've either been bought or blackmailed or, do you see what I mean? They've just been, these, right, are just done telling the others what to do. Do you see? But when you actually look at all of them all over the world, I mean, when you actually look at it and you look at us out here, yes? Do you know what I mean? Because I do not have like loads of qualifications and everything. No, I do not. But I have qualifications in what I see was relevant in my life. Do you see what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is that at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? To me, it seems very much to me that globally, you've got plenty of man and woman out there, okay, who are not in these roles, shall we say, in governments and things like this, yes, but we seem to have more flipping brains, there we are, than they do. And that's globally. My delicious little babies, keep a handle on it. Do you see? So, I mean, I'm not saying, and I wasn't doing an English spelling lesson, by the way, my delicious babies. No, I wasn't. It's just I would have just done that differently. That's all I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? So I wasn't having a pop at the uploader or anything like that. It's just the way I read it. It's just, do you see what I mean? Yes. But no. I mean, as far as, you know, I'm concerned, you know, as long as I can flipping read and write. Do you know what I mean? What's a flipping, you know, really, what is the big deal? Do you know what I mean? If you're just trying to get something, well, you're not trying, you are, you're just getting something across, aren't you? But, you know, it just seems that for us, we seem to be the ones with who've got more in our noddle, our brains, than what these there we are ever have. Because really, I would say they're the cause of our problems, globally. Yes, I would. The ones in the governments and all of these. Do you see what I mean? Because if you know something, and then I'm going to end my video, Martin, let's talk about it, just. If you know something is wrong, do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, yes? And you know that the job that you're in, because it shouldn't take anybody long to realise it. Do you see what I mean? Yes? Especially if you're a grown adult and all these things, yes? Well, and you know that what you're doing in whatever country you're in, and you know that that's wrong what you've been advised to do, well, instead of wanting the limelight or instead of the ka-ching, you know what I mean? They should stand by themselves and say, well, no. Do you know what I mean? I do not feel that this is good. Even if you've got families who are paid for universities and all these things, you know, for them to go there, for them to look super duper fabulous and wonderful. Oh, there's my son, or there's my daughter on television. Television programming. Do you see what I mean? And of course they do that, then want to upset their families. There we are, because that sometimes can happen as well. Do you see what I mean over decades, right? Well, but who's the one who's living their life? Each and every one of us live our lives, don't we? My delicious little babies. So what we do out here is no different to what they're doing. Except for the difference is that we wouldn't want to, you know, which is why we're out here and not one of those. There we are. Do you see? Because, you know, you would have thought that they would have said to themselves, oh, no, this is not the right thing to do in my life. Do you know what I mean? And maybe look at getting another job role, doing something else. But do you see? But when you actually look at them, like I said, they walk around like they're the Don, all suited and booted. Do you see what I mean? But really, it's like I said before, and I say it again, about every single government globally, they're all flipping, there we are, the lackeys for you know who. This is what they are. Do you see? But every now and again, yes, I'll hear a speech, whether it's on Mr. Putin or, like I said, on this occasion, the African president. Yes. And I think, well, yes, you know, ding, ding, dong, dong. There we are. Talking common sense. Do you see what I mean? But we must not be disillusioned by other things. Do you see what I mean? How long, say, for example, ones have been in power for, there we are, and other things surrounding this. Do you see? So that's all that I'm saying. But yeah, it's well worth listening to, actually, my delicious babes. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. So until my next video, and goodbye. Okay, this is 3, isn't there? Because I swore I'd bought one more in, you know, the silent 4. Anyway, because I snipped it at a point because I just pulled it out the ground, bless. Anyway, so until my next video, please continue to lift the vibration, lift the frequency, okay? Because we just want to keep it super duper delicious and super duper wonderful, okay? And please, a smile a day keeps the doctor away, okay? And also, please give a listening ear, because there's always going to be somebody who needs somebody else to talk to, okay? And please take very good care of yourselves, and please try and take care of others as well, okay, as best as you can. And please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, to some friends or to some work colleagues, and please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy and super duper delish, and that you love them so. Okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, sending you all so very much love, peace, joy, happiness and harmony wherever you are in the world. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Enjoy what you're doing wherever you are. You only get one life. Okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, sending you so much love once again. God bless. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.